Godzilla is an imaginary beast, or kaiju, that appeared in the eponymous 1954 movie, coordinated and co-composed by Ishiro Honda. Speaking of kaiju, in the next issue we will prepare a special video about these giant monsters, so subscribe to the channel, so as not to miss interesting videos. Godzilla has since turned into a worldwide mainstream society symbol, showing up in different media, Japanese movies created by Toho Company, American movies and various computer games, books, comic books and TV programs. Godzilla was named as King of the Monsters. Godzilla is an ancient reptilian beast stirred and enabled by atomic radiation. With the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki still new in the Japanese cognizance, Godzilla was considered as a representation for atomic weapons. Others have proposed that Godzilla is a similitude for the US, a monster woken from its sleep which then, at that point, gets horrible revenge on Japan. Ever, Godzilla has been highlighted close by many supporting characters. It has confronted human adversaries like the JSDF, or different beasts, including King Ghidorah and Gigan. Godzilla now and again has partners, like Rodan, Mothra, and Ongwirus, and posterity, like Minilla and Godzilla Jr. Starting from the start of its set of history, Japan has seen the introduction of different sorts of mystical monsters, spirits, phantoms and beasts. For over 1,500 years, through mangas, animes, old prints, compositions, books and obviously film, Japanese have had the option to deliver an extremely intricate and extraordinary bestiary, from the charming Pokemon to the most incredibly dreadful animals. Among them, Godzilla, a gigantic dragon-like monster born from nuclear radiations, carries bedlam and obliteration to Tokyo, squashing and setting the city ablaze around midnight. Made in the mid-50s, the monster made an enormous imprint on Japanese society and propelled a few spin-offs and changes all over the planet. Nonetheless, regardless of whether Godzilla is a conspicuous illustration of the nuclear bomb which struck Hiroshima and Nagasaki toward the finish of the Second Great War, this enormous post-war memory is undeniably surprisingly intricate. Truth be told, by traveling once more into the past, one can figure out that this popular beast has as a matter of fact a few roots inside the old conjured-up universe of Japan, its fantasies and legends. Japanese lore is rich with dragons and other mythical creatures. As William Tsutsui refers to in his book, Godzilla on My Mind, 50 Years of the King of Monsters, a few researchers have even proposed that Japan has more unbelievable and legendary animals than some other Middle Age culture. Like Godzilla, the dragons of Japanese lore are regularly connected with the water, and are frequently viewed as water divinities in the Japanese Shinto religion. The mythical serpent god Ryujin is viewed as the divine force of ocean in Ryujin Shinto, a branch off of Japanese Shinto. There's even the Dragon Palace at the bottom of the sea, further connecting Japanese dragons to the oceans that surround the island nation. Characterization. Inside the setting of the Japanese folklore, Godzilla's accurate beginnings shift, yet it is for the most part portrayed as a colossal, savage, ancient ocean beast stirred and enabled by atomic radiation. Albeit the particular subtleties of Godzilla's appearance have changed somewhat throughout the long term, the general impression has stayed steady. Inspired by the fictional Redosaurus made by illustrator Beam Harryhausen for the film The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, Godzilla's personality configuration was considered as that of a land and or water-capable reptilian beast based around the loose concept of a dinosaur with an erect standing posture, an anthropomorphic torso with muscular arms, lobed hard plates along its back and tail, and a furrowed brow. Art director Akira Watanabe consolidated traits of a Tyrannosaurus, an iguanodon, a stegosaurus and a croc to shape a kind of mixed figment, motivated by representations from an issue of Life magazine. To accentuate the beast's relationship with the nuclear bomb, its skin surface was motivated by the keloid scars seen on the survivors of Hiroshima. The fundamental plan has a reptilian look, a vigorous form, an upstanding stance, a long tail and 3 lines of serrated plates along the back. In the original film, the plates were added for purely aesthetic purposes, to additionally separate Godzilla from some other living or terminated animal. Godzilla is once in a while portrayed as green in comics, kids shows, and film banners. However, the outfits utilized in the motion pictures were normally painted charcoal dark with bone white dorsal plates up until the film Godzilla 2000 years. In the first Japanese movies, Godzilla and the wide range of various beasts are alluded to with impartial pronouns comparable to it, while in the English named forms, Godzilla is unequivocally portrayed as a male. In his book, Godzilla co-maker Tomoyuki Tanaka proposed that the beast was presumably male. In the 1998 film Godzilla, the beast is alluded to as a male and is portrayed laying eggs through parthenogenesis. In the legendary Godzilla films, Godzilla is referred to as a male. Godzilla's devotion and inspirations have changed from one history to another to suit the necessities of the folklore. Although Godzilla does not like humans, it will battle close by humankind against normal dangers. In any case, it puts forth no extraordinary attempt to safeguard human existence or property and will betray its human partners spontaneously. It is not motivated to attack by predatory instinct, it does not eat people and instead sustains itself on nuclear radiation and an omnivorous diet. At the point when they inquire as to whether Godzilla was good or bad, compared it to a Shinto divine force of obliteration which needs upright organization and can't be held to human principles of good and wickedness. He totally destroys everything and then there is a rebirth. Something new and fresh can begin. Godzilla's unique weapon is its atomic heat beam, also known as atomic breath. Thermal power that it creates within its body, utilizes electromagnetic power to move it into a hypersonic shot and releases it from its jaws as a blue or red radioactive bar. Godzilla is shown to possess immense physical strength and muscularity. Godzilla is land and or water capable. It has an inclination for navigating Earth's hydrosphere when in hibernation or movement, can inhale submerged. Godzilla is displayed to have incredible imperativeness. It is immune to conventional weaponry thanks to its rugged hide and ability to regenerate, and as a result of surviving a nuclear explosion, it cannot be destroyed by anything less powerful. One incarnation possesses an electromagnetic pulse-producing organ in its body which generates an asymmetrical permeable shield, making it impervious to all damage except for a short period when the organ recycles. Godzilla has a distinctive disyllabic roar. Adal described the two syllables of the roar as representing two different emotional reactions, with the first expressing fury and the second conveying the character's soul. Godzilla's size is conflicting, changing from history to history. In the first 1954 film, Godzilla was scaled to be 50 meters, 164 feet, tall. This was finished so Godzilla could simply peer over the biggest structures in Tokyo at that point. In the 1956 American rendition, Godzilla is assessed to be 121.9 meters, 400 feet, tall, since maker Josephine Levine felt that 50 meters didn't sound adequately strong. In the American movie Godzilla, 2014, from Legendary Pictures, Godzilla was 108.2 meters, 355 feet, and weighing 90,000 short tons, 81,650 metric tons, making it the biggest movie variant at that time. Director Gareth Edwards needed Godzilla to be so large as to be seen from any place in the city, however not excessively enormous that he was unable to be obscured. Godzilla is one of the most unmistakable images of Japanese mainstream society overall and stays a significant aspect of Japanese movies, exemplifying the kaiju subset of the tokusatsu class. Godzilla's vaguely humanoid appearance and strained, lumbering movements endeared it to Japanese audiences, who could relate to Godzilla as a sympathetic character, in spite of its furious nature. Audiences respond positively to the character since it carries on a fury and self-conservation and shows how science and innovation can veer off track. Godzilla represented the fears that numerous Japanese held about the nuclear bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki and the chance of repeat.